morning, America's post-market show, coming to you live from the NASDAQ market site in New York City's Times Square. I'm Melissa Lee. These are the Fast Money Traders. Is healthcare topping the tape? Big drug names holding the market together. Investors head to more defensive waters, but all these names winners. And Mike, we've been watching Pfizer today in the back of a CS note saying the Wyeth deal, all the positives weren't priced into the stock yet.
Yeah, so you were talking about defensive moves
right.
Earlier. Now, who knows whether this was a defensive rotation into the pharma sector, but I think it might have been spurred by that bullish note you mentioned by the pharma analyst at Credit Suisse, Catherine Arnold. And basically, she said she met with management. She thinks that investors have been overly discounting the potential growth prospects for the new Pfizer-Wyeth combined company. She thinks the dividend could eventually be re-raised, if you will. She thinks they might be able to finance the deal actually at a lower interest rate than they've already telegraphed, and she thinks they might be able to get bigger cost cuts than they've telegraphed as well.
You guys like
so
Pfizer?
She thinks it was slightly better than the worst deal in history.
Actually, she upgraded the stock to a
Nice.
buy on the news of, right after the news of the deal. Okay. Yeah, with a $20 price target.
Right. Give us a preview, Mike, because on Thursday night we're expecting some data to be released out of the ASCO conference, which is like the Super Bowl of cancer conferences out there. So what names are you watching specifically?
Yeah, first of all, Jeff, I know you say that big pharma is where money goes to die, or one of those places that...
You've never said anything like that. Not about big pharma. What kind of heartless... Come on! I'm a sweetheart. I wish nothing for the best for big pharma. But then again, they're not defensive stocks.
All right, so I digress. But Melissa, you're right. Pfizer's one of the companies that's going to have cancer drug data. For example, it's got a brain cancer drug it's developing with a much smaller company. But just to throw out a handful of names to keep an eye on when these data go on www.ASCO, as an American Society of Clinical Oncology.org at 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursday, provided it doesn't get flooded. It's out there for everybody to see. Among the companies, OSI Pharmaceuticals, that's OSIP. Cougar Biotech, I love that name. CGRB, I don't know the backstory.
Okay, fine.
Hey, she's not old.
They'd be a buyer in case.
Yeah, she already owns it. Medarex, MEDX, Exelixis, it's a tough one to say, EXEL, and Allos Therapeutics, ALTH. I am not recommending these. The data can be good. The data could be bad. The data could be in between. It's up to you all to decide whether you put a trade on it.
XLS, I think. Does he have an XLS?
I don't know if he's got a stake in Exelixis. We know that he's got a stake in Amylin Pharmaceuticals and Biogen. He's got two big shareholder meetings with major proxy battles coming up later this month.
Which names are you watching?
Excited about? I know you're good friends with the whole gang at Lilly, and they have 50 different data points that they're going to be presenting. That one seems to be pretty exciting. Is Lilly, because of the M clone, is that what's really feeding this ASCO?
Look, and this is going to play into Jeff's way of thinking. They're all falling all over each other to say we have a bigger footprint in oncology right now. So it's not just Eli Lilly. It's Pfizer, as I mentioned. GlaxoSmithKline put out a press release yesterday saying, hey, folks, we're going to have data on 9 different drugs, count them, at ASCO coming up later this month.
All right.
It's everybody.
Got to leave it there. Mike Huckman, thanks so much for coming on set with us.